South Carolina officials have released a new video showing the moments before a U.S. police officer killed an unarmed black man by shooting him in the back. The footage shows Walter Scott's car being pulled over and Officer Michael Slager asking for his paperwork. After Mr. Slager returns to his police vehicle, Mr. Scott opens his door and runs, leaving a passenger in the car. Mr. Slager was arrested on murder charges after another video showed him shooting at Mr. Scott as he fled. The case has reignited a long-running debate in the U.S. about the police use of lethal force, especially against African Americans. The newly released video from the officer's dashboard camera shows what looks like a routine traffic stop, until Mr. Scott flees the vehicle, with the officer in pursuit. Although the video does not capture Mr. Slager firing 8 shots, gunshots, and shouting are heard off-screen. 1. Just before 9:30 local time, Walter Scott is stopped by Officer Michael Slager for a broken brake light at the junction between Remount Road and Craig Road in North Charleston. As Mr. Slager checks Mr. Scott's paperwork, Mr. Scott runs away. 2. Mr. Slager radios into the police control center to inform them of the pursuit down Craig Road. 3. Video filmed by bystander Faden Santana shows the pair scuffle and then Mr. Scott fleeing. Mr. Slager is then seen shooting 8 times at Mr. Scott's back. Mr. Scott dies at the scene. Scott's reason for running is not known. His father has said that he may have feared being sent to jail over unpaid child support payments. After the first video of the incident emerged on Tuesday, protesters held rallies in North Charleston, chanting "No justice, no peace," and a vigil is planned Friday evening. Protests about perceived police brutality began after last summer's killing of Michael Brown, a teenager in Ferguson, by a police officer who was not charged for his death. In North Charleston, however, the authorities acted swiftly and decisively. Mr. Slager, who is being held in jail without bond, was fired on Wednesday from the North Charleston Police Department. On Friday, his mother, Karen Sharp, told ABC News that she has purposefully not watched the video of the shooting and has avoided reading the news since her son's arrest. "He loved being a police officer. I can't imagine him doing something that is just not like him. It's not his character. It's not." It has also emerged that Mr. Slager had a prior complaint made against him about using force. Police are reinvestigating Mr. Slager's use of a stun gun on Mario Givens in 2013. Mr. Givens said Mr. Slager had pushed into his home after coming to his door, mistaking him for his brother. U.S. Police, controversial recent killings. April 2015, Walter Lamer Scott, 50, is shot 8 times in South Carolina as he runs away from Officer Michael Slager. Mr. Scott dies at the scene. The shooting is captured on video and Mr. Slager is charged with murder. November 2014, Tamir Rice, a 12-year-old boy, is shot dead in a playground by Cleveland police after a local resident reports he is pointing a gun at passers-by. The gun turns out to be a toy. A grand jury will decide whether police will face charges. August 2014, Michael Brown, an unarmed 18-year-old, is shot dead by Officer Darren Wilson in Ferguson, Missouri. The shooting leads to protests, first in Ferguson and later nationwide. A grand jury decides not to charge Mr. Wilson. July 2014, Eric Garner, an asthma sufferer, is stopped by police in New York and placed in a chokehold after refusing to be handcuffed. He dies despite repeatedly telling officers he cannot breathe. No police are charged. March 2014, James Boyd, an unarmed homeless man camping in Albuquerque, is shot dead by 2 officers. Video of the incident leads prosecutors to say the officers acted with deliberate intention and they are charged.